have Pro Study here, and Sam from Pro Study is going to do the next presentation. I'm going to start the timer right
Hello.
now.
Hello. I can't seem to turn my camera on, but that's okay. It just says the host has stopped it. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's fine.
I will try to figure out
If
how
you
to
put his
reshare it.
camera-
I don't know how we did that.
Okay. Can you guys still see my screen there? Is that okay?
I just asked you to share your camera.
All right.
All right, you're back.
Brilliant. We're there. Oh, good.
Sorry about that.
Hopefully you guys can see my screen as well. There's a QR code on there at the moment. Take a picture of it. And there's lots of ways to find out more if you want to book a one-to-one to see more of ProStudy today. So thank you very much, ATI and Becky, for organizing this and having us on. I'm Sam. I'm the product specialist of ProStudy, here to talk about ProStudy. So ProStudy is a research, organizing, and referencing tool that allows students to have a centralized approach to collecting their research from multiple resources. It has so many features that we're going to have fun trying to show what we can in this very short space of time. But that's the exciting part about these ATIA demo days. They're like speed dating. So ProStudy is a web app-based solution that works through the Chrome browser, which means you can use it on a PC, you can use it on a Mac, you can use it on a Chromebook, and you can use it on any PC, Mac, or Chromebook. And it also has a Project Assist app that comes with it, which you can use on your phone, be that Apple or Android. ProStudy, as I said before, is a centralized approach to your research. So the way it works, it's all about collecting information from multiple resources from different places. We wanted to kind of create a one-stop shop where you can easily collect things from multiple places and have them all in one centralized approach, which is great for students who have organizational difficulties or find the research process overwhelming. Because everything you collect with ProStudy gets metadata collected, so it'll automatically register the website that you are on, the date and time, and will enable you to create your references for when you are doing your essays, your academic papers, and things of that nature. So this is the ProStudy dashboard. I've got one, what we like to call research tile, already collected here. But we can see at the moment I have my project, and I have many other projects in here that I can easily switch to, which will then show the other items of that particular project. But I've already skipped a little bit of some steps today and made our project already. And as I said, it is a web-based app, and we use the extension, which I have over on the side here. So ProStudy allows you to stay focused on the task in hand, which is researching. So we can start the research process, we can be finding material that we want, we can be visiting a website or one of the other resources that I'm going to show, be reading what we'd like. We find something that we want to collect for our research paper, our assignment, our report that we've got to write. We highlight it, we right click, and because of the extension, you'll see ProStudy is there, and you can put that in the exact project you want, and anywhere in that project that you've broken it down into color-coded categories. And that's a really important part of ProStudy, is to be able to break down your task of research into categories to make it easy and clear where to go. I can do this also not just with text. I can do this with an image. I can right click on a table that might be useful for me, add that into whichever section I'd like it to go into, and collect that with ProStudy. And all the time I can stay focused on the task at hand, which is research, and not having to kind of go back and forth, copying and pasting lots of information, and perhaps getting that in a little bit of mess and a little bit confused. Even if I come across things like a online PDF, I'm still able to collect this, right click, and save this content to ProStudy in the exact place that I'd like it to be. Even if I come across something that isn't quite accessible, such as a online book, a scanned item of text, then we have tools within the toolbar of ProStudy that allows me to screenshot that area of text, highlight the text that I'd like, take that capture, but also be able to OCR that, which turns it into accessible type text for us, which is just going through and doing for us now. And we'll turn that into accessible text. Usually does it a lot quicker than that, but it should do that in a second. So what has ProStudy been doing as we've been collecting the text? There we go. We've got that all as accessible for us, and we can choose exactly what category of our assignment we want that to go into and save. So if we want to revisit our project, we can now see that the project that I started before that only had one item in has started to populate itself with all the items that I've been collecting. So every time you collect something with ProStudy, you get a research tile, which will have the title, the date and time that you took the item, and the actual content itself. And if you go onto the information of that research tile, you can see a full breakdown of all the material that ProStudy has collected for you. We have the author, we have a link back to the source, we have a reference preview as well. Because ProStudy is able to reference in 9,500 different referencing styles. Because at the end, what we're going to do is export this project to a document so we have a nice, concise report. Right. As you can see, this is everything that ProStudy has collected. And what that does is it takes out the steps of the student having to go back and collect those things individually. If they had something, if they didn't have something like this, they had a Word document, they might have to go back, copy that, paste that, copy the address, paste that next to it. And then that can get confused with another piece of research and another piece of research. But everything's clearly laid out into the categories that we have. You can even follow the links back. It'll take you right back to the source. It even highlights exactly what it took from that part as well. As I said before, we are able to also carry on the research process from our phones. So I'm just going to minimize this here and just bring my phone onto the screen. I'm not going to show you all the features of the apps and all the features that we have. We just don't have time today, but I will show you my phone. I'm just going to grab that up here. There we go. I'll make that a little bit bigger. And as I said, Project Assist is the companion app to ProStudy. And you can see all of your projects. You can see each project that you have, and you can even see the categories that are in here. So what you can do with this is you can either carry on researching on your phone, which I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to show you the picture option, which allows you to take photos. So again, depending on what kind of course you're doing, if you need any photographic evidence for your report, you can take a picture. I will just take one of my keyboards for now. And again, we can save this directly into our ProStudy project. And again, this is where students can find that if you take pictures on your phone, you then have it amongst all of your images. You then have to email it to yourself, to then add it to your project, copy and paste it into a document that it's going in. Whereas with this, it's going directly into our project. We can label it with a key name as well, so we know exactly what it is, and it isn't one of those horrible image files with a huge name. So we can take photos and have them in our project. But the other way we can use this is we can actually take photos again, but this time of text. So I have a book here. I can take pictures of a textbook. I also have that OCR capability that we looked at earlier built in on the phone. So students can be in the library, they can take a picture of text. It's going to then make that accessible for them. And as we do with ProStudy, we always like to get all that data so we can do our referencing correctly. You can even scan the barcode of the book with the camera of your phone. So flip that over, scan the barcode, and that will retrieve the reference and information of the book, because we have a database of over 30 million resources in there. So again, that's all collecting into ProStudy. Right, that's the little part of the app I wanted to show you. And what I can do with that as well is I can then sync that back. So when I next log into ProStudy, everything will be available on the project as we come into here. We can also collect from files too as well. It's not just from the web, so you can collect from presentations offline PDFs, as well as obviously we've done online PDFs, and Word documents, Excel files, and PowerPoint files as well. So I want to look at some more areas of organization. And I used to be an assistive technology trainer and do a lot of time working with students. And one thing I found is when they were doing a research assignment, they'd have a lot of tabs open. And you can see I'm starting to get a lot of tabs already here. But when you're working on a project with ProStudy, particularly perhaps if you do get fatigued from reading easily, you can bookmark your tabs straight to your project. And this is great if the student's going to move and work somewhere else onto another device, because I can basically create a reading list for that project of all the research that I've been doing simply by doing as I'm doing now, which is being on the web page that I want and then pressing the bookmark button there. And then you get a little successfully saved page as bookmark there. And if we go back to the dashboard, you can see when you go to bookmarks, you've now got a reading list there, which you can then, bring everything back and reopen even on another device. So you can close those tabs. And I know students like to keep those because it can be hard to find the research material. Another interesting feature we have in ProStudy is the auto tiles feature. Now this is great for if you've got a lot of text to read, and this may be something that you're not sure is quite useful for your assignment. So you can use what we call auto tiles, add it to your project, and it will analyze the page that you're on and pick out the important parts of the document. So this is about 5 key theories in psychology. So if I hit auto tiles, it analyzes the document, it takes away all the busyness of the page and brings it into short, sharp, statemented facts of important snippets that have come out of there. So images will come to the top, and then you can see it even has some highlighted already, which are really beneficial for you to read first. So we can see that this is explaining this article is going to take a closer look at the large scale theories of psychology. And we can see that the 2 most common theories are CBT and DBT. And all of these, if we want them, we can then save and add them to our project, and they will become research tiles in there. As we've only got, how long? Not about a minute left or so. Everything that we collect in here can be organized as well. There are ways of adding text and comments, actions that we want to do. But I want to show you what the final thing is, what a student will have once they've collected everything. First off, they can choose their referencing style. As I said before, they've got 9,500 to choose from. Once they've done that, we can then go to the export section. We can export our project. And what we get is something that looks a little bit like this. So everything that you collect with ProStudy will now be exported into a Word document, but it will also go to cloud providers. So you can have your document that looks like this with your title of your assignment, your report. It will make a table of contents for you with everything you've collected. It will then have each item that you collected with the date and time and heading and link, even if you've used notes to tell yourself to use a quote there. And then to finally finish, as we go down, you will have your bibliography, your references in your chosen referencing style for you. You can even actually use the navigation pane in Word because it sets everything out there too. So even your bookmark list is connected as well. So that was some of the key highlighted features of this software. Obviously, please do reach out and we can book any one-to-ones, find out all the features. But that was a short snippet. I think we're just about out of, we've got a minute left. One of our latest features, I think while we've still got a minute, is just to say that we do also capture from YouTube. This is one of our newest ones, and it will literally allow you to, let me just pause that, allow you to capture straight from YouTube and turn that into a research tile into the project. So again, having all different research resource types available to you with ProStudy, and then that will be added into the project as well. So I think that kind of leaves us. If we got any questions at all, there's the YouTube video coming in. I think Jonathan's been answering for us. But thank you very much for listening. Cheers.
Sam, thank you so much. That was awesome.